Throughout Link's many adventures, he has had a good amount of strange and fair to say annoying companions, but which one would be considered the best and most entertaining? Well, to find out which companion can be considered the best, we first need to take a closer look at the personalities and how useful and meaningful each one is to Link. But just a quick heads up, I won't be covering all the companions from every Zelda title, just the main ones people know. We may as well start off with the obvious one being Navi, the female fairy from Ocarina of Time. Navi is summoned by the Great Deku Tree to accompany Link on his quest to save Hyrule, because Link is not a real Kokiri and does not have a fairy to call his own. At first she seems quite interesting, because it's all new to us, and throughout the game Navi provides Link with a variety of clues to help him solve puzzles and progress in his quest, so she's pretty helpful to Link. But this is where the problems start. Yes, she is helpful, but she's also too helpful. You can be strolling along trying to explore and finding secrets, and Navi will just pop up trying to get your attention, and you listen, and 5 minutes later you listen again. She then proceeds to call us again, giving us the same text she gave us previously. After about 15 minutes you give up exploring because her constant attention seeking drives you nuts, which forces you to go to the stupid location she wanted you to go to in the beginning. When I first played through Ocarina of Time, it really didn't bother me that much, but after multiple completions it really does become annoying. She is an average companion, and while she can be helpful, she really doesn't have much else to offer. She is kind of cute, but she is also incredibly boring and simple, so let us move on to one of the more interesting ones. Now, it's no secret that Majora's Mask is my favourite Zelda title, so I confess that it is extremely difficult to talk about this companion next without being biased, but here goes. Toddle, like Navi, is a female fairy which becomes Link's companion after Skull Kid leaves her behind. Similar to Navi, Toddle assists Link by allowing him to interact with the environment through targeting certain objects, people and enemies. Unlike Navi, however, Toddle expresses herself with bell-like noises, whereas Navi shouts several phrases such as hey, listen or watch out. Toddle also has a fairy brother called Tail. From the moment we meet Toddle, we can see she is just more interested than Navi. Her dialogue is way more interesting, which really helps give her depth and personality. We also feel sorry for her being separated from her brother at the start of the game, and we really want to get her back to him. So overall, she isn't the greatest companion, but she does make a better fairy than Navi. So it looks as though fairies are out. Yes, and you. But what about a spirit companion? I'm of course referring to Fi from Skyward Sword. She is a humanoid spirit residing inside the Goddess Sword, enlisted to guide Link during his adventure. Now, I will agree with everyone that she is just as annoying as Navi the fairy, but that doesn't mean she is a bad companion. Without the help of Fi, this game would be a pretty solid game for anyone to complete. So yes, she is helpful, and once again, she may be a little bit too helpful, which makes the game a little too easy, but like Toddle, she actually has a decent personality, unlike Navi, who just nags at you and gives you information about the foes you face. And let's not forget that without Fi's help to break through the cloud barrier, Link never would have defeated Demise, and the people of Skyloft would never have moved to the ground and populated the land of Hyrule. So overall, I think that she is a way better companion than both Navi and Toddle. But is she the best? I don't think so. And I know some would shout Epona, and I do agree she is basically a companion for Link, but she's a horse, she doesn't speak, and she has very few cutscenes in Zelda titles, and her main purpose is to get Link from A to B, therefore she doesn't technically count. Okay, so we've covered fairies and we've covered a spirit. But what about the King of Red Lions from the Wind Waker? The King of Red Lions is a talking sailboat that can speak the ancient Hylian tongue. Link meets him after he is tossed out into the Great Sea, upon being caught by the Helmarok King in the Forsaken Fortress. He's good-spirited and he's filled with lots of wisdom, and helps Link by explaining what is currently happening in the world and what he needs to do next. The way in which he helps isn't overly annoying, and I feel it's just the right level of communication. He does pop up fairly often using the pirate's charm, but nothing crazy like Navi or Fi. He is generally a really likeable character with a great personality and backstory. His boat is obviously the most important thing about him, which allows him not only to travel across the vast sea, but also access to the claw to lift up underwater chests to obtain various treasures. We also get access to the ship's cannon to defeat ocean foes using Link's bombs. Later in the game, it is revealed that the boat is actually Daphne's the Handsome Hyrule, the king of Hyrule who lives under the sea. So overall, he's a very good companion who checks most boxes, but for me, there is one last companion who I believe checks every box and is truly the best companion for Link. Meet Midna from Twilight Princess. She is a resident of the Twilight Realm and a descendant of the ancient Twilight people. At first, she seems to be a strange dark creature with an agenda of her own and little regard for Link, but she ends up changing her attitude towards those who are willing to help her out. Our first meeting with her, when Link is transformed into a wolf, is an interesting one. Right away, we get to see her humorous, sarcastic personality. This type of personality is one we can all relate to. She doesn't take herself too seriously, she knows how to have a laugh, but she also feels pity for people, showing us that her emotions are real and true. The bond in which Link and Midna have by the end of the game is more than just a helper. They are true companions, real friends that show real emotions for one another. Link saves her life when Zan almost kills her, and she also saves Link's life throughout the game. She is incredibly helpful and never over the top. The dialogue she has throughout Twilight Princess is also very well written, which helps keep us engaged in the story. Midna overall is a fantastically well written character within the Zelda series and a perfect companion for Link. I have left out a couple of major ones that some people may class as their favourites, but I just wanted to add the most known ones and work out which one is the best companion for Link. I love all the characters within the Legend of Zelda series, but I just love some more than others. This video is just based on my own personal opinions, but I would love to know who you would class as the best all-time companion for Link and why in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as I upload Zelda related content every week. Also be sure to follow me on Twitter, the link is in the description. And as always, thank you for taking the time to watch the video and I'll see you in the next one.